or so this is how you can configure WMI as well. So basically you need to create a user and then give that user WMI user and then give the password and use that password as well to add the device into SolarWinds. Say,
Okay, so here you're creating a local account, right?
yeah, here in we are creating a local account.
Okay, so now if I create in the domain, from there it will be pushed. That account will be pushed here.
Yeah, yeah.
The account is
Service will
invalid and does not exist.
the
The
account
password is
will
invalid. The account is
running a shared process. So the computer is running on Windows. So we have to. I think maybe we have to create a user and then we'll see once we are done. What's happening?
but in the production environment, we'll be using the WMI only, right?
Correct. So for some people some people will leave it for SNMP V1 and V2 only. But you
Okay.
can suggest them like to use V3, sorry
Okay.
WMI because V1 and V2 very much less secure.
Okay.
So were you able to log in into the system once you have installed it? Have you logged
Uh,
in?
yes, I was able to see the GUI.
Okay. So configure the username and password and everything.
No. I have not done all those things. But after installation, I rebooted it and I was able to.
So no errors in the configuration wizard as well, right?
No errors.
Okay. I'm trying to connect to open the GUI. I think it's not coming up. And
Maybe
that is more
reboot.
related to the services error only.
Maybe rebooting it.
Connection to SQL Server. The server was not found or was not accessible. SQL Server is configured. So where have you configured the database?
I
Like
have not configured any database because
no.
that's the.
In the configuration wizard, what details
Uh-huh.
have you
So
have you
the basic one, there are two options, right? One is the scale one, and another one is simple one, where
hmm,
we install everything on one server, right?
yeah, yeah.
And on that machine, means I selected that option, and uh, and it went through without any
Okay.
issues.
It is failing to connect to the database. Let's see. A network related or instance specific while establishing a connection to have services here. Microsoft SQL. Okay. The database is stopped, so that's why. The database is stopped, so maybe. Okay. Okay. So hopefully this time I think we should not get any errors. Let's see. So after restarting or rebooting, the very first time, don't worry too much. I think it's gonna take some time to load. Once we log in and just access the first few tabs, everything should be very fast for you. So it in your production environment as well. It might not be this much slow, but you'll experience some slowness when you restart your services. So need not to restart the services again and again. Here, I think the CPUs are the problem, so that's why it is taking this much time. I've seen all our services are consuming more space. Yeah, I'll try to explain here what we have done over there, so that meanwhile while that comes up, we'll just try to authenticate it. So to add a node, we have to go to manage nodes and then add node. Once we have the IP address, so here there are three options under the polling method. One is external node. So this is very rarely used. So let's say you have a device and you don't need a monitoring for that, but you can let's say something in the cloud, and there is nothing SNMP or WMI you can't enable on that, or it's not even infrastructure, but you have to collect something by running the scripts. At that time, you can select this and do it. For example, let's say um, O365 is a direct Microsoft suite which companies go to Microsoft and purchase. They don't maintain any kind of infrastructure. That kind of nodes, Outlook.office 365 can be given here and can be selected as external node. Okay. Hello.
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, yes.
Yeah. Got it right for first
Yeah.
one. So, and the second thing is, if you don't have any SNMP WMI enabled, you can select for status only ICMP, which means for this node, only ICMP monitoring is done.
Okay.
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 Third one is,
One question, Chandra. Sorry. On the first one, the external node one.
yeah,
Um, okay. So what do we monitor there? Okay. I got the example when we need to use it. But
yes,
let's say you mentioned that Office 365, right?
yeah,
Okay. So what we can monitor on that Office 65, Office 365? Is it like
yeah,
uh,
like number of ifs. So it actually tells us there is a template which is
mhm,
provided by SolarWinds in SAM.
mhm,
When you assign that template to Office 365, it tells you that our O365 is up or not, how many users has logged into, has installed your O365 seat in mobile, how many
mhm.
active users are there. All that information it is showing. I'll show you when it comes to the SAM.
Okay. Okay. So here we are just adding the node here, but here we are not saying what to monitor, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So for the external node, that's correct. We are not doing anything. We are just adding a node, and because we don't have any infrastructure over there, we just add the node. That's it.
Okay.
So yeah, and ICMP, which we just now discussed,
Yes.
and
Yes.
the other one is SNMP and ICMP. So here ICMP is only used for collecting the status of that device, of this device. Let's say here, okay. Okay.
So status of the device means
Yeah, up and
in
down.
ping.
Yeah,
Okay.
up and yeah. I think it is coming up. So it's just it gives us the ping. Here we just have to give our SW training. Why am I giving this as SW training?
So this you configured somewhere.
Yeah, within the server, this is the community string, right? So with this, it will do the handshake. Okay. Now we have got the console. This is your console. I'll just
Okay.
try to. What password should I? Can I place the same password? Welcome 123.
Yeah. So create password. Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome 123.
Yeah. This is the password to log in into the your server as well. This
Okay.
server.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I'm keeping the same password. Username is admin and the password is this.
Okay.
Password is not strong enough. So I will just give 123 exclamatory. Can you write it somewhere, Raman? I think the
Yeah.
password
Yeah.
is welcome 123 exclamatory.
Yeah. Done.
So we will try to add this node so that let's say this is the IP address where we have configured SNMP v2 and this IP will be added in SolarWinds already because this is a SolarWinds server only and as the agent is installed it will be automatically discovered and added, but that's okay. We'll just try to see different ways to different polling methods can be used for adding a node.
So you said the agent is already installed. What agent?
SolarWinds agent, when you
So can you
install a
say?
SolarWinds product on any server, the agent will
Uh-huh.
be automatically installed.
Okay.
I'll uninstall this and will also show you how to install agent as well.
Okay.
So I'll just click on add node. I'm just providing the IP address. Uh, SNMP v2 is our authentication. It's not read write, it's only read. So SW capital, SWT is capital, and then test it.
So can I think so we can have both the community string and read write community string. Two strings will be there, I
Yes.
believe, right?
You can have both. I mean, let's say for example, if I have added it as read write, okay, here instead of here you
Got
should give it here.
it. Got it. So read write train. Okay.
Yeah, correct. So yeah,
So
no
so
one, yeah, many
so
people will not give you read write. As I told you, it will be scanned under vulnerability settings if you give read write.
okay.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. You were saying something.
Okay, so they have given two options here: community string. Okay, community string and read write community string.
Correct.
So value. Can you please go to the previous step, the one which you where you configured?
Yeah.
Okay, so here you are given this one only community string. Okay, so the
So
community
here,
only we have to agree only community.
yeah,
Okay, so here this is a built-in one. So
correct.
so there they have provided two options, right? Two to provide two communities, right? So can we have both or
It's only one. If yes, let's say if they have enabled read only instead of read write here,
okay?
instead of in read only, it's read write here. These SW training should be here, not in
Oh,
this place.
oh, okay,
Okay.
okay. Read write means we need to give here. Read only
Yeah,
means we need to give on the top.
correct.
Okay, okay, got it.
So the test is successful, right? This is how the V1 and V2 works.
Okay,
And if it is a V3, which we unfortunately we can't give it, so it's a similar process that we enable in Linux SNMP v3. There is some good documentation as well, which you can read how to enable SNMP v3 in Linux. You have to provide the username and the type of authentication and authorization. So those credentials will be given to you by the Linux engineer. You have to add this, the username, the passwords for this MD5 and AES128, and then test it. Like I said, there are two tabs here. The first tab is read only for SNMP v3, and this tab is for read write SNMP v3 credentials. Similarly, how we have for v2.
okay.
Okay.
So in the production environment, like means what is being used, like V2 or V3?
V3
Based on your
is
experience.
preferred. I mean, some people uses V2 as well, but V3 is preferred.
Okay. So in large environment, if you have thousands of servers means, so how do we manage this? Do we need to
Like, I
go
mean,
with
they
the
have some Ansible playbooks to run this and enable at once.
okay,
Yeah, they'll create some Ansible playbooks and will run those
okay.
to bulk enable
So
SNMP V2 or V3, WMI, all those.
okay, okay.
Yeah, 1 minute.
No problem.
Yeah, sorry for that.
Yeah, no problem.
In large environments, I mean, they create, if it is a WMI enablement means they'll try that to the domain and there they'll just join. Yeah, this is for SNMP v3. So if it is a WMI means you have to select this here, WMI and ICMP. Here you have to give the username and password. Okay.
Okay.
For
So
if you
this
have any,
account,
yeah,
we need to create it on the Windows machine.
correct.
Okay. So if that Windows machine is, if you don't want to give that Windows machine means, then we need to create a domain account in the AD,
Yeah,
and that client should be that Windows client should be part of that AD.
correct.
Okay,
And
from
then
there.
that push that to all the Windows servers.
Okay, okay,
Okay, and the next thing is the agent polling. So yeah, there are two ways which we can do the agent polling. I'll skip this part for now. I'll show you how to install an agent uh, in next few minutes. And this one is orchestrators API polling. Nowadays we have some uh, cloud manager things, right? Like let's say Meraki devices or some no, Meraki or Juniper. No one is actually bringing a physical routers or Meraki devices and setting up in their data centers. Now everything is cloud, right? So they'll just pay some amount to Meraki devices and they purchase some uh, like how we purchase cloud machines. Similarly, they'll purchase network device as well. For that, we have to select Meraki and give that API key. That's it. That's how it is. So this is very often less used. Most probably, we'll use either WMI or SNMP
Okay.
or Windows Agent. See the polling host name as well change it to api.meraki.com when I select that the orchestrators as Meraki. Okay,
Okay.
so yeah, these are some polling methods. So VMware hypervisor Nutanix also is something that we will see when we come to the vman module. Okay,
Okay.
so I'll just show you this agent one, how to set up an agent. So if you go to settings, all settings, and go to manage agents, here you have something called download agent software. So there is one agent installed on this local machine already. That is what it is showing up here. Uh, I can uninstall that and do the installation. Okay, I need to do that in the control panel. Agent is uninstalled. We will try to delete this node from here. Okay, so download agent software. Here you have two options to select. On what machine are you currently installing the agent? Either Windows or Linux. So if you want to install an agent on a Linux machine, you have to select this. So I'll just tell you what are the steps for Linux. So I have selected Unix. Click next. Here you have two things. Either manually install using wget or via package management tools. Okay. Firstly, we'll see this. Here, once you have selected that some using package management, you can come here. You can select your flavor of the Linux, Red Hat Linux. Accordingly, it will change the commands. You can copy this and do some uh, Ansible playbook running or any kind of automation that you want to deploy. Okay, we just have to copy this script and give it to the respective engineers. They will push it to the respective Linux servers. If there are bulk Linux servers, they'll push it over there. And then you can run this command, second command. So basically the first command will connect to our SolarWinds server and will download the software, agent software, and the second one will install the agent software. You
Okay.
can
And
look at the commands as you are familiar with Linux after this session and let
yeah,
me know if you have any questions. Uh,
can we run the
and
same command on multiple machines?
yeah, if you want to run it on a multiple machines, you have to use this option.
This is the option you selected. Okay. Now the first one you selected, right? The
No, no, no.
downloading one.
I have selected the second one here,
Second one.
right just
Okay.
now. Yeah, first one I'll just show you now. Yeah. Even these as well, you can run it on multiple machines. There is nothing uh, uh, being stopped. It is just connect to the server and downloads it. And once we select the first option, it will ask for a Linux Unix distribution. You have to select your distribution. And here we have two things: agent initiated and server initiated. As we discussed in the very first class in the polling methods, so the recommended is agent initiated. Agent initiated is something where agent asks for the console for the SolarWinds whether I can send the data or not. Server initiated is something server asks for, server pushes the data to SolarWinds agent.
Okay.
Okay, so nothing much major to understand about these two. So if it is an agent initiated, 17778 is the port that has to be opened. If it is server initiated, 17790 is the port that has to be opened between your SolarWinds server and your Linux server.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's just a port that you have to enable. Uh, SolarWinds recommends 17778, and here are our polling engine details that 1 minute I'll show you. When I clicked on generate command, it has actually generated a command.
Mhm.
What this command will do, it will connect to our SolarWinds server and then download the agent, and within this server these credentials will be there. Okay,
Okay.
these credentials which we are showing up here, these will be placed so that once the agent installation is done, it will be automatically connected to this IP address. Okay,
That's a polling engine we need to select it, right?
yeah, polling engine, I mean, at the end when you install an agent, you should tie it to a polling engine, right? You should
Correct.
attach
Correct.
it to a polling engine. So that's the details that you select here. If you have multiple polling engines, you'll get the drop down for selecting the other polling engine.
Okay. So do we have the same option in the other one also? So this is manually we are downloading it and installing it, and the other
Yeah,
one is
manually copying the script and uh, pasting it. The other one is also the script which you have to mm, add and run that.
okay.
Yeah, the other one is a script where you have to copy it and install it and then attach it to a polling engine by running few more commands.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so that's with respect to Unix or Linux. Now is Windows. So when we select Windows, we have three options for Windows as well here. One is installing manually, which will do it. Next thing is mass deploy to multiple machines using group policy. And the third one is distribute via golden master image. Okay, so if you, I mean, these are, I'm not 100% sure about this option. Yeah, golden master. Yeah, maybe during the time of while spinning up a Windows server itself, when you want to install SolarWinds agent, at that time, I think you can download this and run it.
Mhm.
Not 100% sure, but this option, when you select this and then download this MSI and MST, you can hand it over to SCCM team, and they will push this both MSI and MST fields to all your Windows servers. MST will have the connection details of our polling engine. MSI is our software, agent software. Okay,
Okay.
so we'll see the first option, installing manually. When I installed manually, it gave me an option to download MSI. So I'll just download the MSI. So once it is done, I'll open it. Yeah, once click on next, accept the agreement, next. In which folder do you want to install this agent, and it tells you the agent version as well, and then next, and then when you install, the installation will begin. So far the installation is done, and now it is asking us for the host where this agent has to be connected. Basically, the details of our SolarWinds where this agent has to be connected. Okay, here let's you can provide the IP address. In our case, it's localhost. We have given the localhost and the username and password to connect to that. Uh, SolarWinds server. Basically, here it will be our console credentials we have to pass. Whoever has admin privilege, they can give their credentials here. I'll give admin and then welcome 123 exclamatory and then click OK. Okay, I'm trusting that certificate. Yeah, that's it. You can give your AD account as well. It is just for connection. It will not use your credentials uh, in the username and password section. It is just for your one time connecting that agent to SolarWinds server. See, once you have that in the manage agents page, you can see this server where you have installed SolarWinds agent. You can either click it and then manage it as node. Here it's already being managed as node, so that's why it is you haven't got this option. Okay, so it's already being managed as a node earlier, so that's why it is not showing up for you. So all your agents will be shown here in the deploy in the manage agents page.
Okay. So can we have one node managed by both SNMP and agent?
No, I mean you'll get a conflict while adding a node saying this IP address is already being monitored. Do you
Okay.
still want to add it?
Okay.
If you still want to add it, you can add it using another polling engine, but not on the same polling engine. But adding it on other polling engine will actually cause you some licenses, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
that's
But
why,
can we add it? But can we
yeah,
add
you
it
can
from the
add it.
different polling engine?
Yeah, you can add it from the different polling engine. It will give you a prompt as well, like this node is already being managed. Do you still want to add it? At that time, if
Okay.
you want, if you still have the necessary or requirement to add it, you can add it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, here you see the polling method is by default is agent.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll see with these polling and custom properties and everything. It's a very large NPM topics. We'll see that later. So for
Okay.
now, these are the polling methods, and this is how we have to configure it for polling to be happening. See, now it is showing as green. So once you have added the node, if you want to control few things like uh, SNMP or WMI or agent pulls all the information like what is there within this server. Let's say we have C drive, we have this interface, we have CPU memory, and if you want to control few things like these things are not required for me to add, you can select and unselect this within the list resource page. Okay. If you don't want a virtual memory or some unwanted things to be monitored from this server, you can unselect it from here in
So
the
how do
list.
we reach here? How do the steps to see this?
Like
Go to the
just select, go to manage nodes, Okay, search for the
Okay.
node, select it, and list resource.
List resource. Okay.
Yeah, when you open that, uh, when you open the node, there as well you can see it in the management tab. When you open the node, here in the management tab, you will get the list resources tab. There as well you can access it.
Okay. So
See
it shows what it is being currently monitored, right?
what all things are we getting from this device,
Okay. Okay.
and the selected ones are being monitored, unselected ones are not being monitored.
Okay.
So see, let's say on this device, uh, it has CPU and memory, so it has selected it, and the status and response time, it is monitoring through agent. You can change it to ICMP as for if you want to know, if you want some faster response. If ICMP traffic is blocked on your network, then you can change the status and response time to agent only. Okay,
Okay.
okay, I'll
So
keep it
under
ICMP.
okay, once we select the CPU and memory, under CPU, what metrics are being monitored? Examples.
Like, I mean, it
Uh,
collects the current CPU utilization, total number of cores, and how much each core is actually being utilized. All that
that
information.
that information where we can see
So, I mean, in the node details page only.
no details only. Okay.
Here, when you open the node, you can see the top CPUs by percent load. See,
Okay.
yeah. So, yeah, just try to navigate to this page once we are
Okay.
done. So, yeah,
Okay.
here in the second tab, vital stats, see the response time from this node is 3, no packet loss. CPU load is 0, memory is 0. I think it is still pulling the information. And here it should show you the top CPUs, list of all CPUs, minimum, maximum of CPUs, and everything it will show.
Okay.
Yeah. So just give it some time and see these metrics. So it
Okay.
should report all this information. Okay.
Okay.
So here C drive and D drive are not being monitored. I'll select those to monitoring. Let's say D drive is a D here is a disk DVD drive and you don't want it, you can unselect it. So if you have any scheduled task and you want to uh, add those or appear those or monitor those, you can select this. Asset inventory is nothing but the inventory information of the server. So yeah, the server configuration, software inventory, hardware inventory, IS information, all that will be pulled. Let it be. So this part is something related to SAM, which I'll cover in SAM. So I'll keep that. I'll leave that as it is now. I'll unselect it and submit it. Just taking some time to submit. Let's see. So yeah, that's selected and submit that. That's it. So yeah, I think you can start looking at those information which I told today. So you'll get some clarity. If you want, you can configure the SNMP with other name and try to add that node as well using a different community string name and try to add that. Okay.
Okay. So here we got only one machine, right? So we have to try to only with one machine only.
Yeah, we have to try it only with one machine. That's what I was telling you in the first day, right? So lab
Mhm.
setup is two things. So we'll see if we have any other options like DNS3 or anything. If my laptop supports or can handle the load, then I'll try to set up in my laptop and show it to you. And can also give you control if you want to do something. Nothing much. It's just adding the routers, like how we add these servers, and the other in all the other information which the node gets or how it can be managed. All that I'll show you in the demo of SolarWinds console.
Okay. Okay.
You can
Sure.
practice it within your environment if you have it in your practical environment.
Okay. Yeah. So, so in the next class, we will do you